We have finally joining us Hadiza Abubakar. She is an award-winning Nollywood actor, producer, and a model.
She studied theatre arts in the University of Benin. Now, she's also featured in quite a number of movies, as in her CV long.
Yeah,
like
I mean, if it's Sandra here, man, you have to feature. What? It's great to have you, Hadiza. You are welcome. You're welcome. Do you mentally, before, maybe without writing out, do you know how many movies you featured in? Can you give me an exact number?
Do you count?
I don't count.
You don't count?
But
you should try.
It's not easy.
But like how many?
I'll say over 100
so
far. It's a small number now.
Small? If you're in Hollywood, if it's Hollywood, that 100 is like maybe 5 actors.
Yeah.
Because, you know, looking at the terrain, Nollywood is a terrain that we churn out when it comes to volume. I think we're number 2 after Bollywood and all of that. It comes to, we churn out the volume, and it's good, it's not bad. But then Hollywood would do focus more on quality. Let's talk about the industry here as juxtaposed with Hollywood, you know. What do you think we can do to get to the level of quality? I know with equipment and all of that, there is we've moved up there and all of that. But what do you think is missing? What's the remaining thing or remaining step to take for us to get to that level?
In all honesty, we're trying. We're doing our best. But I think we lack patience. Yes. You know, when it comes to Hollywood, they could shoot a particular movie for months, maybe 6, 7 months, or even a year or more. We don't have that patience. We just want to shoot and make money. And you can't blame us, it's our economy. Yeah, so I think if we have more patience, we'll be able to get there. For equipment, we're there. We have great equipment that we used to film. I mean, our picture quality of now is far better than 2 years ago, or 5 years ago. So we're getting there.
All right, so I'm going to stick to that length question, the length of time that you take to finish a production. So what's the longest you spent on a set? And what do you think made it that long?
2 months.
2 months?
Yes, and it was a TV series.
Okay.
Yes. We had breaks every Sunday to just go home, refresh, and then come back, but 2 months.
All right.
Yeah,
okay, so now, you've been in the industry for how long now?
Well, I came in fully 2013, but I went out to hustle.
Was this what you always wanted to do? Did you always want to act?
Yes, I've always wanted to act. I mean, that's why I studied it. But I thought after school, you go for auditions, and then you get roles and become as big as Genevieve. I didn't know it was going to be this hard.
It's hard. Talk to us about that journey.
I didn't know it was going to be this hard, but I left the industry, came back. I love cooking, okay? So I had to start my cooking business. I still run it, but I'm trying to expand. Okay. So
doing that on the side, as in, was it because, you know, the movies weren't, you know, funding your lifestyle enough? Okay.
You know, so we hear this thing about a lot of actresses or you're in some movie and then you build house, you're changing car every month and all of that.
I don't know. Love shines on people differently.
You know, so we want, because that's why a lot of people want to enter into Nollywood because
but men are doing the same thing now.
That's what I'm saying now. They think that Nollywood, the money is there. So you look like money. You look like $1 million.
It's better to look rich than to look poor.
True.
You know, so for a number of people, is that perception? Is it the right perception? Is the money dropping in like that?
Well, there's money. I won't say there's no money in Nollywood. There is money, but I don't know what you want me to say, really, but there's money.
Is it because, you know, a number of people feel like because you had to do something by the side, by the way, to help you and all of that. So a lot of people feel like, oh, let me just get there. Once I start putting movie roles, the money just starts coming and all that. And
no, it doesn't work like that.
Exactly.
It really doesn't work like that. I mean, I've done projects where I've not been paid. They're still owing me till tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And the only thing they say, the statement they say is, we're trying to help you or we're trying to project you.
Wow.
You know, so I actually stopped that.
They pay you with exposure.
Wow.
Paying exposure.
That excuse still comes up?
Yeah, of course it still does.
Okay. So let's talk about your recent projects. What have you been up to? What can your fans look out for you?
More amazing movies. I mean, if you watch Rock very well, you tend to
yeah.
see me. So I'm a rock fan.
Okay. You know, and you know that brings me to the question of cliques. You know,
Yeah,
it's human beings. We are human beings. The human being is a political animal. So definitely, cliques will be. They're always there. I mean, whatever industry.
I don't belong to any. You know the word freelancer? I think that's what I am. I could call a few directors like, hi, how you doing? It's been a while. Try to remember me. Put me 1 or 2 projects of yours. And that's it. But I don't have cliques.
Don't you think that maybe being a clique or not being a clique, is it advantageous in some way or the other?
It's an advantage, but it's not also an advantage. It's also a disadvantage.
In what way?
When you have cliques, they tend to feature you in their movies most times. You can't work for other people
all the time.
Yes.
More
often than not, you can't. You're being loyal to them. So if you want to shoot for someone else or go feature in another person's film, it seems like you're trying to bite the fingers that has been feeding you. You know.
I understand where you're coming from now.
So let's talk about productions that you wanted to be involved in from the very beginning. Do you like the behind-the-scenes work as much as in front of the camera?
No, in front of the camera.
In front of the camera, why? Why?
Because that's where I'm supposed to be.
Because you also have...
You prefer that?
Of course I prefer that.
Okay.
Of course
you
I prefer
produce
that.
some jobs, yeah?
Yes,
and
just one.
Oh, just one?
Yes,
Are you hoping to produce further work?
Definitely.
But that's behind the scene, and that's quite some work.
I'm going to act, even if I'm producing. Not so.
Right. Don't you? You know,
I'm going to act, even if I'm producing.
I mean, now, as a producer, thinking as a producer, you might probably be thinking that, look, maybe having somebody else play this role that I think I want to play, maybe might be financially more viable for my movie. You know, as a producer,
I'm not the first person to start that, too.
I know you're not. Of course you're not.
Actually act.
Of course you're not.
So I'm not going to be the first person to start that. I'm always supposed to be in front of the camera, and that's what I'm made for. So even if I make enough money and come back, start producing full time, I'll still act. Yes.
All right.
Definitely.
So where do you see yourself in the next few years now?
More than a household name. I want to be able to work into somewhere and not introduce myself, and people be like, oh, that's Hadiza Abubakar, I know you. I mean, it's happening already, but I'm not where I really want to be, but of course I'll be there.
What are we going to do to make that happen?
I need to shoot more movies that have to be on Netflix, movies that have to be in cinemas. I haven't featured in any cinema movie, though, not even on Netflix. So I think if I'm able to feature in such movies, it's a stepping stone for me.
Do you think, you know, due to the, the proliferation of social media now, we've seen a number of skit makers who are now who have major roles.
Yeah.
Some people have kicked against it, and they're like, hey, you know, at times as a producer, they're thinking of numbers also. So they're thinking of, hey, let me get this person, I can get numbers here. You understand? Have you bought, using skits as a stepping stone to movie, does that appeal to you? Do you think that that's something that people can, you know, that's a natural...
Why do I really want to? Okay, now let me say this. I'm going into skit making too.
Okay.
Pretty soon.
Okay.
Possibly next month. I'm starting full time. Yes. It gives you an edge as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, what character are you planning to play?
I'm still thinking.
You're still thinking?
I'm still thinking.
There's been that whole debate of, especially since you studied theater
arts.
Those who actually studied the arts are often against, you know, doing social media short skits and things like that, because they don't think of it as real acting and real theater.
I'm not against it. It's all art. Okay. I mean, you're still acting. You're showcasing different characters. You're playing out different roles. Whether it's short or lengthy, it really doesn't matter. It's still acting. All right.
Yeah. In that skit, will you be, in case someone to come and join the skit, you'll be paying money for the skit?
Well,
we're promoting you.
You'll be paying money for the skit.
When the time comes, we'll let you know.
All right. Okay, Hadiza, thank you.